man who probably meant more to us than anybody, who gave more fucking heart for this team than your bitch ass ever will, Dan Snyder, and now you're dragging him? Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom. Welcome back to All Sorts of Sports.
Also sports in your ass.
All sorts of sports. Doo-doo.
Episode 89. The Ronald Curry episode.
Hey?
The Santana Moss episode.
I can go with
Ronald
that.
Curry, both of them.
Yeah,
The Steve Smith episode. The Steve Smith episode.
Yeah.
The Santana
Ice up,
Moss
son.
episode.
Ice up, son.
Santana Moss.
That's my references.
episode.
God damn it.
I love Steve Smith, yeah.
I fucking love Steve Smith, man.
Oh, and
Steve Smith Sr.
Go ahead.
Steve Smith Sr.
You're right.
Yeah.
Steve Smith Sr. If you guys haven't seen his interview he did with Darren Waller, the shit was great.
Is it on like his little podcast thing?
No, it's on YouTube. He discussed Darren Waller broke the news to him that during a preseason game when they all played together, he OD'd in the parking lot like a mile from the stadium while they were playing. And you get to see Steve Smith's reaction, like to actually finding it out. Same thing with John Harbaugh. It was great.
Do you know what Steve Smith's greatest quote is?
I'm sure I'm about to find out.
You can ask my wife about my stamina.
Oh no.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
I forget
good.
the reporter who out there. Like
I thought you said like you can ask your wife about my stamina. I was like, fuck, that's
just
tough.
rude.
I was like, that's KG level. My bad. I'm just
That
would've
shit
been
about Wilt spitting on the guy. That shit
like,
is,
how's the weather up there? It's raining.
yo,
That's
that
nuts.
is next level shithousery. I
Yeah.
like it.
All right.
I like it.
So let's go through week six.
Whew,
All right.
Ryan had a tough one.
Yeah.
Not the worst one so far this season.
No,
but it was-
okay that week, but you were close.
I was trying.
Yeah. I told you when you was making them picks, I'm like, fam, what you doing?
Hey, it was gonna go one way or the other. I had to try and get a week. It wasn't this one. It was not this one.
Yeah, I mean, you just lucky that there was a bunch of bye weeks. So
There's 6 teams on bye this week. Is that right?
yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be hard for y'all to catch up.
I mean, we're just learning. I'm learning more week to week. I'm getting smarter, getting wiser.
All right. Who got the most pick right?
All right. So I got the most right with 10. Keem, you got 9 right. KDot, you got 8 right. Ryan, you got 6 right.
Ooh.
That's what I said. He was close. He almost got to the 5.
Ooh. He was giving me shit about 7. You see how God works? You see how God works?
Yeah.
Hey, look,
God don't like ugly.
it doesn't. It doesn't. That's why God didn't let me slip into having a KDot league.
Ooh.
God, look at God keeping me afloat. Praise Him.
Yeah. And God was with Derek Carr this weekend too. Beat
What are the
shit out of
overall
Broncos.
standings right now?
Overall standings. We'll go from worst to first, as always. KDot 54, Keem 58, Ryan 60, me 70.
Look at the Lord keeping me afloat. Man, you're just running away with this shit now. Are you changing your picks? I'm gonna go back and look at this shit.
Go ahead, man. All right. So looking at the games from last week, we don't have that many. Like I only have 2 things I want to touch on, really. I don't know what you guys want to discuss, and then we can go through it. It's fine. Raiders blew out the Broncos. Thank God. You look at the sideline, these fools are having fun now. It's like, and you listen to interviews this week, everybody's like, yeah, like shit is different. Like you ain't got somebody like screaming and yelling and cursing at the refs and shit. It's kind of fun now. And then you got like, I sent you guys videos of like Henry Ruggs like standing outside the door, like watching Derek Carr do his interview, talking about their relationship and shit, like smiling. It was cheesy as fuck, but funny.
Yeah, I didn't watch
Can't hear you, KDot.
Sorry, I said I didn't watch that one.
Oh,
I didn't watch it either, but the PR machine is working well for the Raiders right now.
Yeah, that's shit.
Like the PR machine is working well. Like, hey,
no, there was an opposite thing that happened today though. Y'all all know Jamel Hill, right?
Very much so.
Okay, so they announced that Grambling State's marching band's going to do the halftime for the Raiders. So then she posted a meme like of course you guys do that now after all. But then it's like you didn't pay attention to all the shit that we've been doing the whole year.
yeah.
Like, so it's like this is not new. Like we've been having shit like this the whole time. So it's not a Redskins or it's not a Washington football team thing.
Did you get a chance to take a look at the article I sent you?
Thrown on this pod.
Did you happen to take a look at the 538 article I sent you earlier, James?
No, yeah.
Did you get to read it?
No, but I will, and it's very like.
So that's what I want. I want you to make sure you understand that as far as NFL teams goes, there was only one in the league that, when they hired a certain guy to make personnel decisions, saw a 17% reduction in black players, which is an anomaly unlike anything we've seen in the league, which speaks to institutionalized racism within a certain organization. So I just want to make sure that you
look.
I just want to make sure
with a straight face. You just said I was bullshit.
No,
like,
go ahead, read the article.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Go ahead, read the article. Yeah, my team doesn't go out of its way to not. My team doesn't go out of its way not to hire black players since the 60s.
You can't even say
it's the Washington football team.
Nah.
No, here's the thing is that what you do always is the whataboutism, right? So when I tell you that there's an article right now that says that when John Gruden showed up, there was an almost 20% reduction in black players. You want to say, what about Washington? How about you answer to that?
Did I? You brought that up after I threw a shot at y'all.
No, I'm speaking. No.
Right?
Here's what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm directly talking about the Grambling State thing. When we're talking about an organization where, from a data standpoint, shows that there might be institutionalized racism, then yeah, let's throw a marching band here and there. It might make sense. It might make sense that what I've been saying is that the Raiders have known about the emails for a while, so they might be putting on a show this year to try to make sure that they're in the good graces of black people.
You're the only one who's ever said anything in regards to that. The Raiders knew the shit for a while.
Understood. It'll come out.
No facts.
And hold on, Keem also, I think, is with me on that, just because we understand how journalism works.
Okay.
They knew for a while. They knew for a while.
Okay.
So I mean, we can keep it.
Been knowing.
We can keep it here because there's enough information and data here.
Keep it here, because fam, there's no fucking way in the world you can't say shit to any one of us here.
I just did.
In regards to our organization,
and it's all facts.
Huh?
I just did. And they're all facts and data. It's sitting in your text inbox, but you don't want to read it. You want to send us Henry Ruggs. You want to send us Henry Ruggs laughing at press conferences when it comes to Derek Carr, but you don't want to read the shit that actually talks about the institutionalized racism within your organization. So you continue with your whataboutisms, you black Tucker Carlson.
No, see, look, Keem, what was supposed to happen is it was a fucking transition, and then he got butthurt. And it's like, oh yeah, did you read this fucking article?
When you started coming after Jamel Hill about her talking about the Dog and Pony Show.
On Sean Taylor's fucking number.
How about you tried to dismiss Jamel Hill?
Bullshit.
You tried to dismiss Jamel Hill talking about the Dog and Pony Show that the Raiders are doing, and I'm talking about that.
Okay.
How about that, James?
Let me say that.
How about we talk about that, James?
Okay.
You brought it up, James.
You having a good day, Ryan?
Oh, it's going just swimmingly.
Mine's going well too.
Okay. Let's talk about it. Jamel Hill was on some bullshit, like, as of recent. So I'm not gonna like, you can't gloss over that. So you can do all that shit just because she's going at my organization, fine. But it's not based in like it's bullshit. Clearly. Like we have fucking Gladys Knight singing the anthem, Grambling State doing that. We also had Ludacris, Ice Cube, fucking Too Short, all this shit during this year before any of this shit came up. You're gonna tell me that Mark Davis had a hand in any of that? Probably not. I would say more Marcel Reese probably did that.
Does Mark Davis know who Ludacris is?
Probably because of Marcel Reese, maybe, or Charles Woodson. Who knows? But speaking of the Raiders, I do want to say one thing. Rest in peace to Willie Brown. The anniversary of his death was today. If you don't remember who he is, anytime you watch the draft, the Raiders' 3rd round pick, he would go up there and make sure everybody bought their mother something for Mother's Day.
So good guy.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. Moving on to the other part that I really wanted to discuss this week was the sham that was Sean Taylor's retirement, jersey retirement. I know we all have feelings about it because like every one of us here loves Sean Taylor. And what the Washington football team did was bullshit. We all know it. Everybody knows it. And I mean, I'm not a Washington football team fan. So I want to like bring it to KDot and say, like, go ahead and discuss what was on your heart after you saw all the stuff that happened.
It's more of the same, right? So like at the what I'm starting to figure out as far as when we heard Jason Wright came out with the statement afterwards, after we had found out that what was happening with the 3-day notice, they were going to retire Sean Taylor's jersey at FedEx Field, which just sounded weird as shit considering the email scandal that was just happening. And it's been 14 years since Sean Taylor's death. And it's felt random as shit. It's not an anniversary of his death. It wasn't his birthday. It's like, hold on, you guys wait until we got to play the Kansas City fucking Chiefs. Okay, this makes a lot of sense, guys. Joe Gibbs can't show up to the show it because NASCAR is still happening. If they waited until, let's say, the Monday night game against Seattle, which would have been a primetime game, that you could do the video, you could do everything you needed to do, and you could have Joe Gibbs there and everybody could make it to show support for Sean, including the fans, that would have made more sense. And they had the opportunity to change it, and they decided to stick with it, which is what is now. I wanted to give Jason Wright all the credit in the world that it was going to be a new day, that regardless of whatever it is that the lightning rod was for this organization to get shit changed, whether it be the shenanigans and bullshit with Dan Snyder, the cheerleading scandal, all the racism that we've experienced and we've done and dealt with for years in this organization, we thought maybe it was a brand new day with Jason Wright. And what it now feels like is Brian Lafemina 2.0. And if you don't remember Brian Lafemina, it was a few years ago we hired a guy to be the COO. I believe it was when the story came out that we were lying about the season ticket waiting list. And with Brian Lafemina, he said we had to do 100 days of not doing the wrong thing. And within, I think, the first 40 days of them, we signed Reuben Foster when he was still under investigation. And that was when you had the mass exodus happening out of Ashburn, which looks like regardless of whoever is in the front office, as long as the main asshole is sitting there at the top of the pyramid, we are always going to deal in bullshit. And right now what they did was drag Sean Taylor's legacy through the fucking mud. Or more likely, in front of fucking porta potties through the goddamn mud, which is where you had the sign for Sean Taylor Way with the rededication of that road, and there's family members fucking in front of porta potties to do a fucking photo shoot. Jackson Mahomes, who's a fucking asshole, they decide that we're going to tell Jackson Mahomes to stand on the 21 that's painted on the field while he dances and does fucking TikTok videos. While Jackson Mahomes should have known better, you have to also know, if you tell Jackson Mahomes to stand anywhere, you've given him a license to put a fucking TikTok up because he's not capable of breathing without putting a fucking TikTok up, all right? This organization is a shit show. This is a low point. In a large fucking valley of fucking low points. And it's just pissed me off to no fucking end. Is that one thing that I at least could hold on to was that if there was shit or shenanigans happening within the organization, it got kept within the fucking organization. But now you had to drag out the man who probably meant more to us than anybody, who gave more fucking heart for this team than your bitch ass ever will, Dan Snyder. And now you're dragging him. You're dragging his legacy. You're letting his family have to live through and experience that bullshit of a memorial service. Fuck you. And you said that man meant something to you? Kiss my motherfucking ass. This is at this point, and it's the same thing I've said before. You have to take a look in the mirror, Washington football team fans, myself included, on whether or not, if you are a true fan of this team, if it means in order for us to get our team back, we might have to walk away. Which is why I have tickets to the Browns fucking Ravens game in a few fucking weeks. I'm a free fucking agent, baby. Is that right now the only reason I still support this team is the sickness of addiction that I have in my fucking heart. It's the only reason. If you see me rooting for this fucking team, no, it's the addiction. It's not because of any goddamn other thing. They've lost this guy.
I jumped ship at the correct time.
Yeah.
And I have never been so angry at something that
It's just
really
disappointing.
didn't affect me. Yeah, it didn't affect me personally, but like I remember where I was when I heard Sean Taylor died. I remember what I was doing. It
Yeah, it's like,
like
we all have
such
empathy for it.
yeah for someone who's such an absolute legend, and still like I can't tell you anybody who was on the team more than like 10 or 12 years ago, that's not Sean Taylor. Like that is, he's just one of the people who sticks out, and he sticks out, and he was a, you know, people aspired to play that way, right? He was his own breed of player, and just to the towels that look like they were printed like 4 minutes before they put them on the seats,
And only 10,000 of them.
and the Jackson Mahomes TikTok thing, which went out, and everybody got pissed because they thought he was disrespecting where he was. He was being disrespectful by where he was on the field. Come to find out, the organization told him to be there.
And didn't they paint it on the opposite team sideline? The opposing team sideline?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That team is a dumpster fire.
I'm not gonna say the team, but the organization.
But the team is impacted by everything that organization does. So that they need to burn FedEx Field with Dan sitting at the 50-yard line, and just move on. It's gotten out of control. It's real sad. It's really sad.
Like that was a very passionate rant, and KDot got like more red like as the rant continued, and it reminded me of like the Fragile Star like Breakfast Club, like when he got pissed, and I was like, we got to get a meter when we edit this to like I don't know if y'all saw it, but like
just don't give me the fucking don't give me the beige rage meter that they give for what's I don't want his.
There was a point where KDot's face was as red as like the big red juicy fruit. I was like, oh shit, like he's gonna blow. Like,
yeah, I was like, fuck, I hope he don't pass out like right now. I was actually concerned.
Breathe.
I love Sean Taylor, and that was some bullshit. That's all I'll say. I love Sean Taylor. One of my favorite, second best safety.
Do you think it's possible for them to do it again?
Huh?
Is it possible for them to do like another one? Like
No.
I'm sure you guys have it like another Monday night.
It will be worse.
No, there's like, if we're talking about, we've always been kind of anti-retiring jerseys in Washington. It's just you don't wear the jersey. I mean, right now, if Landon Collins had put on that 21, motherfuckers be liable to want. Never mind, I ain't gonna say what they want to do to him. You just need to play better. But it's just one of those things where people just realize don't touch the numbers. So like, I think the only jersey we had that's technically retired going into the season was Sammy Baugh, the 33. And then Bobby Mitchell and Sean Taylor this year were both supposed to have their jerseys retired. But the only other point that I wanted to make was that I'm speaking about all of this and the rage that I have, and people might think that I'm saying that the team is covering up the emails. Covering up for the emails. I don't know that for sure. What I will say is that it's one of two things that happen. It's either that they're covering up for the scandal and shit that's happening right now, which I have my own opinions and takes on what's happening there, or they're just incompetent. And that to me is where it comes down to, is that like, there are guys in that front office right now that I know personally, and that I am very happy that they are in leadership positions in Washington. And I want to root for them badly. And the thing is that if they are being used, again, like a lot of people over the years have been used by this organization, I feel for them, and I want them to be free of this bullshit.
They can't be that stupid. So I can't say it's incompetent, fam. Like, they can't be that dumb.
It might be. Yes, they can be.
Yes, they can.
I
don't necessarily think that's the case, but I'm just saying I believe that they could be that dumb.
I would offer to you this advice. More than 90% of people are stupid.
I think that's high. I always thought
84. Yeah, there's a big percentage of people who are stupid. Or, for example, it could have been as simple as somebody higher up kind of floated the idea, hey, big game this weekend. Lots of eyes going to be watching the Chiefs. Why don't we do the Sean Taylor jersey retirement? And then someone else was like, oh, not a bad idea. And then it snowballed, but it went through like all the porta potties and gathered a lot of shit on the way. And it ended up being super shitty.
I think the only other thing that we talk about going off the toxic work environment aspect of things is that it's Dan Snyder's idea and everybody's too afraid to say no.
That's nice.
The buck
Didn't
stops
they say there's
here.
a lot of planning too?
I could hire a crackhead right now to do a better job on what it is they did. It's not fucking rocket science, man. Like, this is, you show up to like, you chaperone your nephew's fucking middle school prom. It fucking better run than what it is that they were doing with this. You even see, when's the last time you heard a jersey retirement that wasn't announced like a year in advance?
Yeah.
3
Like,
years?
This one.
Like, that's my thing, is that there's nothing that not like, it's either just, wow, you guys are fucking dumb. The Jason Wright's also his article was saying, we didn't know how much this was gonna mean to fans.
That's stupid.
Dog, you're tone deaf? Like, much? Just like, what? If you're saying that you guys are supposed to be listening to the fans, Lord knows this name
That's
change
a lie.
thing is about to be a motherfucking shit show.
That's a lie.
The Washington
That's a
the Washington
fact.
Sean Taylors.
Like, all I want is Jeff Bezos to come and save me. They could be the Washington Prawn for all I fucking care. Just save
And
it.
then have Dion as the head coach.
Just make the uniforms like cardboard brown with a blue strip like the tape. I'm good with it.
All right.
Although with all this stuff, have you heard about the workplace nightmares at Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, only place that might have an improvement of workplace conditions compared to what's happening in Ashburn over the last decade.
All right. So, Keem, do you want to touch on the Ravens beating the shit out of the Chargers?
Oh yeah, for sure. Real quick, I can keep this quick.
Yeah.
I didn't even pick the Ravens to win. I just thought like I was kind of comparing Herbert's like current season to Lamar's MVP season, both sophomore year, and I thought Herbert would kind of surprise the league, even though he had a good rookie year, and like run through like some good teams and get that win. It's not a win that we would have needed long term, but man, did he look real normal, like playing against a defense that schemed him pretty well, and like he tried to. On fourth down, he went. They went for it 3 times, I believe, or 4 times. He tried to throw it to Marlon Humphrey. He picked on Marlon Humphrey twice, and I don't know why you would try to do that against a top 3 corner. But I mean, hey, and like he's got to learn. But hey, so Ravens are, to me, I was going to say this last week, but they're the most dangerous team in the league. I don't think they're the best team. I think they're the most dangerous team. I think at their best they could beat anybody. They're not even healthy. 16 players on IR, the most players on IR, and they're 5-1, best in the AFC. But some of the earlier games concerned me because they were playing down to the level of their competition. And like, it worried me as far as like, that's another reason like that I didn't pick them. Like, why are you barely beating the Lions? Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you barely beating the Lions? Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm talking about the Raiders.
They're biting kneecaps, man. You got to be careful out there.
I'm not talking about the Raiders, James. Like, y'all are a solid team. I picked you guys to make the playoffs. Fuck out of here.
We're better. We're better without John. So,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was right.
But yeah, so I think the Ravens are the most dangerous team in the league. They just have to, play consistent and stay healthy, which is hard.
I would
Let me get Kid out a little bit of his flowers right quick.
Hold on. I just want to piggyback off that. I think, and I think you saw this after the first quarter of that Chargers Ravens game, is the coaching staff for the Chargers were a little bit in shock, and they didn't make any good adjustments for their quarterback. And look, you got a young quarterback who is a gunslinger, right? But if you're not putting him in good positions, against a defense, he's like, I can't see these. I've never seen these schemes. This is brand new just for me. Then the coaching staff, like, even after halftime came out and they're like, nope, right back to the same stuff. Like, this shit's never going to work. So, I mean, Herbert didn't have a good game. That whole team didn't have a good game, but I would say that coaching staff needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror and be like, we let this team down a little bit, because it was clear that it wasn't working. And we were like, well, full steam ahead, same way.
And I think that speaks to to how good John Harbaugh is as a head coach, because like they like fucking, and I think they're doing that thing that that Dallas is doing also, where it's like, oh, you're gonna let us run the ball? Bet we'll do that. You want us to throw the ball? Bet we'll do that.
That
like,
is, but that's the oldest saying in the book: is take what the defense gives you, right?
yes.
That's what Saquon needs to learn, and Patrick Mahomes needs to take a page out of that book every
Well,
once in a while.
I don't think we see Saquon again.
I will say John Harbaugh to me is the third best coach in the NFL, and I think that people
You got to give me
underrate
the
him.
two. You got to give me
I
two.
go Andy and Bill.
Okay.
That's the only two I'm picking over John.
I actually go John over Andy, but I'm with you.
I can understand that. I wouldn't fight you.
I would say maybe Tomlin. But
No.
I put Mike right under. I put Mike right.
Right. He's right there next to Harbaugh.
Because I mean, Mike Tomlin's the only one.
Super Bowl win. Super Bowl win, has that team constantly in it, even when they don't deserve to be. Right now, Pittsburgh has got a better record than they should have, right? Like, Tomlin's that guy. And we've talked about Tomlin and Ozzy here on the pod. Like, we love Tomlin.
Yeah. And
I mean, he hasn't had a losing season. John Harbaugh's only had one. So, like, it's.
And more people need to talk about Lamar as an MVP candidate.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't. He is that offense.
He's a fucking cheat code, man.
The whole fucking team is ridiculous.
And we need to start combining rushing and passing yards together, dude.
Man, I don't know if I sent y'all that article.
Did.
Yeah, like that one that talked about how they should actually like do that.
It's true.
It's so perfect. Like just do total yards and total touchdowns.
Well, it should just be total yards. You should separate passing and rushing because when you look at it, I also want to see how you gain those yards. But I don't. But I also want a total yards, total touchdowns because I can't do math. I don't want to have to add up. He had 390 yards to the air and 160 on the ground and 5 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah.
How much is that? How many much?
Also, like what they would eliminate Yak from passing yards.
Yak's super important.
Wait.
I like Yak, but the thing is that when you're talking about it, it's almost like what you do to try to come up with the formula of like QBR or passing rating. What it is the conversation needs to happen where there's more nuance and value of your yards for what it is that's happening on the field, right? So it's the same way. It's the Le'Veon Bell discussion, which I still agree with, which is that if you're a running back who's running and catching out of the backfield, we need to be looking at your total yards. For everything, we need to look at your total yards. Because if you're producing at that level, it's why I put LT above almost any running back I've ever seen play, is because of the amount of production he was getting both catching out of the backfield and running the ball. Does that mean that, like, same way I think Christian McCaffrey's the best overall, when healthy, running back in the league? Is he a better pure running back than Derrick Henry? Fuck no. Never.
I don't think he'll ever be healthy again.
Yeah, I think that discussion is probably creeping up. But I don't
know. I think this came up earlier this season, and I realized that maybe I don't understand what people are considering Yak at this point. For me, Yak has always been yards after contact, but it has been used a lot as yards after catch.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yak is yards after contact.
Yards after contact is more talked about when you're looking at running backs. If you see Yak on a running back stat chart, that usually means as far as contact, and usually the way they calculate that is on an average. So I think it was Derrick Henry at one point this year was like 3.5 after contact, which is fucking insane.
He had more yards after contact than like most other running backs had yards.
It's insane.
I was going to say he had at one point, Derrick Henry himself, more yards after contact than his own than rushing yards in general. Like it was like 180 rushing yards after contact, and he had like 80 yards rushing before that.
Nuts.
Ridiculous. Do we want to make our football picks before the game starts in 20 minutes?
Yeah, let's go now.
Yeah.
All right. So first game, Broncos and Browns. I'm taking the Broncos.
This is really hard for me because
this is super hard.
I like Case Keenum.
I'm going Browns because of Case Keenum. I like Case Keenum. When Case Keenum was playing for Washington, I liked Case Keenum. Like, he was not bad. And he got hurt right away.
He's got Jarvis Landry back tonight.
So many fucking players.
And Landry's back.
He is, but they're missing like 2 offensive linemen.
All of the running backs.
No, they have Case Keenum.
My pick for comeback player of the year before the season started, did an interview, and they asked him, do you know about the left tackle? And he's like, whoever it is, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, that's what
it's going to destroy whoever the fuck is there. He's like, I don't even know who the tackle is, but I'm going to kill them.
But see, like sometimes when people say that, they get the opposite. It was like because like Bill, like the reason I picked the Titans last week was because Bills fans were talking about like how Derrick Henry like murdered Josh Norman and like that stiff arm that they got sick of it and that they were going to get retribution. I was like, they talking a little too much about it. Like Bills you're talking a little too. It's like there's levels to it. It's like all right, we quiet.
I'm talking about Von Miller himself.
Okay, I mean
the fans ain't playing.
I'm taking the
Von
Browns.
Miller is.
I just think the Browns play loose, and I think there have been situations where Baker Mayfield, as much as I like him, has held that offense back in certain ways. I still think he's a good quarterback. I still think he's right for that offense, but there have been moments where he's just not pulling and making the passes, and I think Case Keenum is going to let some of these guys cook, and that's what I'm going off of. I think Cleveland's offense of weapons as far as wide receivers and tight end are legit. And I think Baker sometimes, I don't know what he's doing sometimes back there. So I just think Case Keenum comes out there and just let it fly.
No, that's a valid point. Like, but still Von Miller.
I understand.
He's one man.
They have some of the best depth in terms of quarterbacks in the league.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Teddy's not healthy.
Okay.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Okay.
I had thought about Denver, but they talked me into Cleveland. I was going to pick Denver. Y'all talked me into Cleveland.
All right. I'll say one last thing. Who has the lead in picks this year so far?
That's why I picked against you too. Because
we need
to
gain some ground.
I'm saying y'all keep picking against me, and then y'all just keep getting further and further back.
I think I pick with you a lot, actually. It's just I do some shit.
You know what?
I'm saying I pick with you a lot of times against what they do.
Right.
Like if you're alone, sometimes I'm with you, and then I just go off the reservation, just doing my own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you did it.
Nope. You didn't fucking pick the Titans with me last week, fucker.
I know.
I really wanted to. You remember I wanted to?
I probably picked them first. All right.
Fuck you.
So Ryan, who you picking? Cleveland?
Browns.
All right, cool. All right. Let me write this down. All right, Chiefs and Titans. Who y'all got?
Chiefs.
Okay.
That way you can't say I'm with you or not with you.
I picked the Titans last week. And now they're at home and they're going to lose.
Oh, so you're going Chiefs. Okay.
Chiefs.
No, I do like what the Titans are building though, man. They got some energy going. They got some energy. They got some like fuck y'all energy going. Mike Vrabel, Derek Henry. They're just a mean motherfucking team. Like they could make a run. They could make a fucking run.
I'm taking the Titans. I don't think they can stop Derek.
Okay. I knew you were going to do that. So we're 7 weeks into the season. James has picked against the Chiefs 5 times, bro. 5 fucking times. And to be fair, it's helped him a lot. It's helped him a lot. And that's how I had that fucking lead. That's how I got that fucking lead. But I just want to say, he just fucking picks against the Chiefs.
No.
He hates the Chiefs. You picked Washington against the Chiefs.
Number one.
You did.
No, I did because I had faith that, like, I don't know. We know. Look, I have a reason for picking against the Chiefs. Like, you act like it's crazy for me to pick against the Chiefs.
It's not crazy. It is crazy. You know.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So don't backtrack on that. The Chiefs are fucking good still. Damn it.
It's not crazy.
It's crazy.
And number one, if you guys have a minute after the pod, you guys should look up the issues between the Chiefs fans right now. The Chiefs super fans. It's some of the funniest shit ever.
Because they can't figure out what's going on.
No, they're fighting each other in stands and shit. And then
the
other dude's like, he did an interview, was talking about how he's a crack addict. I mean, cocaine. He does cocaine, and he was like, yeah, he hit me, but you know, I do cocaine, but I ain't a bad guy. And I was like, wait, why would you say that?
Come on, bro.
Just because you do coke don't make you a bad guy.
I know, but like, why bring it up? They ain't say shit about it. All right, Washington football team versus the Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, I said it first.
Aaron Rodgers.
Packers. Okay.
Aaron Rodgers. We're all on the Packers.
Bengals, Ravens.
Baltimore.
Do
it, Ryan. Do it.
I've been picking against the Bengals and it's been killing me.
Do it. Do it.
Give me Joe Burrow.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Panthers and Giants. I'm taking the Panthers.
Panthers. You have to pick the Panthers. The Giants are
Your
so
barber
ass.
probably don't watch the pod, fam. It don't matter.
I picked the Vikings last week. Some of you were wrong about that. I picked the Vikings to beat them, and they did. And I want to pick the Giants, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
I picked the Vikings as well.
Okay, I guess the other two didn't. I guess they were wrong.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Falcons and Dolphins.
This is tough.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
This is tough.
I'm taking the Dolphins. They have some of the probably the best QB tandem. I'll say that. The best QB tandem.
Did they have it when they were in London against the worst team in the league?
Look, they went to London. Time zone all fucked up. They back.
Was
home.
it fucked up for the rookie quarterback and the shitty head coach?
Okay.
I'm just asking you questions. No, I'm fucking. I'll fuck you, James, because you was talking shit.
I can talk more shit, man. I can talk more shit, man.
James is with people crosshairs tonight, man.
Look,
You was talking about your little lead, James.
Yeah,
Falcons.
there's a reason why I got the lead.
Falcons.
Falcons
Gonzo.
playoff hopes start today or Sunday. Falcons.
King?
I'm going with the Dolphins.
Kyle Pitts came on this last game.
Motherfucker, you just picked the Dolphins.
I was
What the fuck is that?
I'm just saying.
Man, you gave me so much shit. Like, yeah, I'm picking.
No, but
You
fuck.
got
I'm just saying that shit don't mean nothing.
All right. Jets and Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots. I'll take the Patriots.
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 All right. Eagles and Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders. It's not going to be that easy. I'll say that. So.
I'm taking the Raiders.
Okay.
I want to pick Philly really, really bad.
I did too.
I think the Raiders
I don't even blame you.
I think the Raiders are riding high after the John Gruden and they just come back down to earth.
I wanted to pick. It's a Trump game. It's a Trump game.
I'm going Raiders at home though.
I mean that's fair, and we've lost a bunch of home games too.
I just think
Eagles.
Philadelphia is bad.
I'll take the Eagles.
Lane Johnson's back.
Oh,
Ryan might get this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, he might.
this feels
He's
like
going back off
Rams.
his mental health break.
Yeah,
The knee biters versus the Rams.
yeah. We're all taking the Rams, right?
Rams.
Okay.
This is not a trap game.
Game.
Oh, Rams. No. Rams. Yeah.
All right. Bears and Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks.
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 Brady 6 touchdowns.
Cardinals.
7. You might have 7. All right.
Cardinals.
Texans. Okay.
Cardinals.
KDot.
Wow. It's kind of hard not to root against that neck. No, I'm joking. Arizona.
All right. Colts and 49ers. I'm gonna say the Colts.
Niners.
This is tough.
I'm going with the Niners.
Okay.
It's going to be a close game.
That'd be an ugly ass.
Let me check one thing real quick.
This would be a boring, ugly Sunday night football game.
That running game for
I'm gonna go Colts.
running game for Indy has been churning.
I'm gonna go Colts.
Saints and Seahawks.
Woo. Give me future MVP candidate Geno Smith.
The fuck are you on right now? Okay.
He had a full week of practice. Practice.
All right, I'm changing my pick on Yahoo right now.
Who'd you pick before?
I had the Saints. I'm going Seahawks.
Okay.
These guys love Geno, and what's made the decision for me.
They lost
I love
in
the 12th
heartbreaking fashion.
I get it, and I also love the 12th man in prime time.
Like they
I love
lost.
Alvin Kamara in prime time. I'm going Saints.
Their defense was
It is Alvin Kamara.
very decent, and they had an opportunity to drive to win the game.
The Saints defense is better than the Seahawks defense, right?
They just played Pittsburgh's defense. TJ Watt's on a fucking crack, man.
He's good.
You know,
He's a good
He only
player.
won that game because he was out of the game.
Seahawks.
And we only beat the Ravens because it was week 1. If it wasn't, we weren't getting that one.
Another
Seahawks.
Seahawks pick.
Seahawks.
Okay. So I'm the only one on the Saints.
James
Well, looks like
continues
the-
his lead.
Looks like the Saints are winning, boys. Why don't you guys listen to me, fucking morons?
You do this shit every week.
I didn't listen to you on that.
Like y'all all do
Seattle
this shit
thing.
every week. though.
Either.
Like I'm not saying y'all listen to Ryan every week, but y'all do this shit every week.
Wait, what you mean? I
What are
don't
you
ever
talking
listen to Ryan.
I didn't. I said
I don't listen to anybody. You see how
Ryan.
far back I am?
I'm glad you guys don't listen to me. It's comforting.
I should be listening to people.
You know,
All
at
right.
this point, I should just pick whatever the fuck y'all picking just so I keep my lead.
That'd be
I ain't gonna
wrong.
do that though. I ain't gonna do that though.
Nah, because you right. You right about everything, James.
No, I'm not.
You
I missed a
nah,
lot of
nah.
games. I'm just more right than y'all.
You know
I'm
everything.
more right than
James.
y'all assholes.
You the man. You the
You can't believe
man.
you gave me shit about picking the Dolphins, then you turn around and pick the
It's your
damn
world.
Dolphins too.
It's your world, James. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. It's your world, my guy. It's your. I'm just living in it.
I had a bad day. I'm sorry.
Is that what's happening? Did you have a
Yeah.
bad day?
I had a terrible day.
I'm sorry you had a bad day.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
you
sorry
had a
about
bad
that.
day, Jim.
It's all
I
good.
wouldn't have unloaded every barrel at your organization earlier.
Look, it was displacement. I understand where it was coming from because then you unloaded even more after you let it all go. So
Hold on,
I
wait,
got-
it's the same thing that I will always tell you when you have those conversations with me one-on-one and we always have the private conversation. I give my organization more smoke than any other human being you know. Period.
that is
Period.
true.
All right?
You know
I'm
what?
fucking fair.
Wait,
I'm
I have
loud, but
to-
I'm fair.
Hold on. I have to qualify it. You're the only person I ever talked to about the Washington football team organization at all. So I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm just, regardless,
That's-
I don't know you have anybody on TV or anything else that you hear talk about the football team the way I talk about them. I give them my shit, but I'm fair. I'm
I
fucking
don't think
fair.
anybody else cares.
Just
I-
give.
What you say?
Just,
I don't think anybody else cares.
I care, motherfucker.
I
Give John-
know. That's my point. That's my
give
point.
John Gruden
Oh,
like
fuck you.
14.
You're welcome for the
14,
platform,
16
bitch.
months.
Now take it away.
We'll see how John Gruden is talking about his former teams in about 14 to 16 months.
Look, man, I think that dude just needs to go in a hole and just fucking stay there.
Does that seem like something John Gruden's capable of doing? I would say no. Good
He
luck.
could be Spider Y2 banana.
Boy,
Look,
sitting at Hooters right now
hold
about to
on.
watch the
Nah,
game. Any?
nah. Hey, that fucking play takes on a whole new meat now.
Yeah. Especially, have you guys seen the
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder why that was his favorite fucking play. God damn it.
Yeah. Give that nigger the banana.
So spiders are black usually.
And bananas. They like bananas.
They like bananas. You know, it was probably like the third choice for a name of a play. It was like
Yeah.
it's
I
all
bet he has a play called Watermelon.
it was like Michelin tire watermelon on 3.
Hey, not gonna say Michelin tire lips on 5. Michelin
It's like
tire
John,
lips
you
on 5.
can't say that one. You can't do that one, John. Well, why not?
Pirelli's.
He's got
Pirelli's.
one black friend who sits with him and vetoes play calling names. No, John. Spider banana, fine. It's vague
Yeah.
enough.
All the other shit.
I don't know if I set up my lineups. Damn.
Oh,
You
well.
better have because it's 6 teams on bye.
Yeah. Let me check the last one because I forgot.
Are we
about
done?
it. No, I mean, do
Your cough made me laugh.
you want to yell some more about Ben Simmons or no?
I think that we need to do an NBA preview episode while it's still early in the season. We've
I
done
think so,
it
too.
last year, the year before.
Yeah.
I already see some bright stars coming out and playing really well on teams that I figured that would start happening, like the Spurs.
Jordan
think they're
Poole
gonna
is an all-star this year.
Not an all-star, but he is going to be
I'm
in
thinking
the
all-star.
most improved player of the year and 6th man of the year candidate. He is that good. I knew it. He was going to be good. I'm so
And
happy for him.
Chicago's going to be the 4th seed.
Also, that boy LaMelo, all-star.
Did you guys send me Morant's dunk last night? Did everybody see that dunk?
I saw it. It was nuts.
It was filthy.
All right, so do we want to wrap this up and then we give them an NBA preview in like a week and week 2?
I'm down for that.
Well,
I'm potentially free
preview or
this
just-
weekend. I have a
Browns
big
up
try.
6-0.
Already?
Browns up 6-0.
Case
Wait,
Keenum.
Browns up
Wait.
6-0.
I'm changing my
Case
pick.
Keenum.
That doesn't work that way.
Nah. No,
changing my
they
pick.
worried about Bond.
I'm
They
changing
worried
my
about Bond.
pick.
God damn! Hold on. When the game started, it's that quickly. What the
Yeah, that's what I said.
was it a kick return?
That's why I was worried about my lineup because they started and the running back plan. I picked him up in a couple weeks. He scored
Yeah,
a touchdown.
Johnson, my boy John. I picked him up in my league too.
Yeah,
I picked him up to replace Kareem Hunt.
cool.
I'm
All
not
right, we got to do something. This is we're just meandering.
Are we
Oh.
doing final thoughts? No final
Yeah.
thoughts.
Let's do final thoughts.
Okay,
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
All right, this is just like a note for people who do fantasy and everything. Like when you're going to do fantasy, just talk to people before you do them because some leagues that have terrible like trading rules, and so like people. Am I gonna?
I'm sending this clip to my brother because he
Can I
deserves
finish?
it.
Can I finish?
He
Can I finish?
deserves it.
Can I finish? Okay, so the difference between like the like regular fantasy players and the like custom like I won't say high caliber because that's not it. More experienced fantasy players is like that. The more experienced ones understand that you'll get fleeced in trades, just like in real life. And that unless there's like actual collusion, there should be no fucking vetoes of fucking trades because it doesn't make sense. Because if you look at trades in real life, the way they work out, they don't always work out for both sides. But when money's involved and people in fantasy are like, no, you have to do this for this. Yeah, no, it's not realistic. I don't know. I'm in a league and I know 3 other people in the league. I made a trade with one person that I do not fucking know. I'd have never talked to this person in my fucking life. And we made a trade and it was a pretty even trade to me. But I won in that trade, in my opinion. But it was vetoed because people are butthurt because it was going to make me the fantasy champion.
Yeah,
And it just hurt. It hurt their
I
heart.
vetoed it out of spite and because I don't want to see you succeed in fantasy. I have to be honest with you. I know.
I know there's no collusion, but still,
Who's
that
Justin?
trade was lopsided. That's my brother.
He offered me a trade today.
It's not lopsided.
It was
If
lopsided.
I offered him, I resent the trade, which was Edmonds and Darnold. I resent Edmonds and Darnold for Murray. Kyler Murray has only scored 30 more fantasy points than Darnold this season. And if it's a 2 for 2, originally it was a 2 for 2, but now he's going to have to drop somebody. And the person he drops is likely going to be the person that he traded to me. So it was not a lopsided trade. It was even.
I'm going to veto it again.
All right, I got offered today Colin Murray and LaVisca Chenault for Christian McCaffrey and Antonio Brown.
I'm going to veto that trade.
Cool. I like that trade.
I don't like that trade.
I like that trade. For somebody. I'm not saying for who. I like that.
I'm just saying, there's a reason as far as quarterbacks, we don't draft in the first or second round. I'm not going to give up my overall pick because he's on IR right now. And Antonio Brown, who's ended up being one of the best goddamn wide receivers in fantasy. Justin, come correct, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I just did it. I vetoed it as soon as it hit my screen.
I saw it and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, fam. And just so the viewers know, Justin has Patrick Mahomes as well because he fucked up during the draft.
He's trying to get Kyler for a ransom. You're not going to.
In a 2 quarterback league, drafting quarterbacks early turns out like pretty smart.
Yeah. In a 2 quarterback league.
Done before. Yeah.
That was my final thought. My final thought's very brief.
Mm-hmm.
I had been talking a little bit of smack about my Capitals in the preseason. It turns out that the preseason doesn't matter because this is a very good squad again.
Mm-hmm.
And they got all their fans back.
Wait, KDot did say as soon as you start talking shit, KDot was like, fam, it's so early.
Didn't I? I'm like the entire time. I'm like, no, what are you saying? Like,
I am a very emotional person, so they start letting me down early. I just anticipate they're going to continue to let me down. You realize I'm a
At least
Mets
they
fan.
won.
I'm a Mets fan, a Bills fan, a Caps fan. Like they're
But
just
they
like
won.
That's
They're the
third
only
line.
ones that won.
they're like here. They've been doing that for 15 years. They made
But
the
they
playoffs
won.
every year and then just shit the bed.
But they won.
Yeah, the
I
Nats
was
and
hoping-
Caps were both like that for a while.
Yeah. So I would like to retract my statement of them being garbage. But you need them to be healthy. That's all.
Fair.
Oh, and fuck the Mets. Piss me off.
Come
Keep going.
right out and fuck the Mets. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it's not. You're not wrong.
All right.
We've
K-Dot,
gone
you wanna
a
go next?
month and a
I got-
half without a coach.
All right, go ahead.
Succession's the best goddamn show on TV. Season
started
3 was the shit.
Don't ruin it though.
It's so fucking good. I'm gonna grind your bones to make my bread. Tell him I'm gonna jump up off the beanstalk. I'm sorry. It's the best goddamn show on TV.
I have not yet started to watch it, but I did start watching Dope Sick, which is on Hulu, and that show is fantastic. And
It is not better than Succession. Goddamn,
I'm not-
Succession, amazing.
But you're gonna run out of Succession. Start Dope Sick. It's very good.
That's
It's about the Purdue company and how they legally marketed OxyContin and killed a bunch of people.
All right, that just sounds like a downer. I want ups. And Succession is a feel-good show.
No, it's not. I
Yes, it
watched
is.
season 1.
It's an amazing feel-good show. What,
It makes
Toes?
me feel good.
It's got Macaulay Culkin's normal-looking brother.
And he's great.
He's
He was
great.
born for
I
this role.
thought it was Macaulay Culkin at first, and I was like,
Me too.
he
Actually.
looks great.
And my favorite, Sarah Schnook, like fucking Karen Culkin.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that. It has cousin Greg. That's all you
Yeah, Cousin
fucking
Greg's
need. It
legit.
has cousin Greg.
All right.
The scene with Greg Rava and fucking Naomi.
I just shut the fuck up. You're ruining it for the rest of us. You
Right.
sack
Get
of
up to
ass.
speed on Succession. It's a priority show.
I
You need to
barely
be
have
part
time
of the.
to shit.
Look, all I'm saying is this. This is the point that I was trying to make, was that unlike a lot of shows recently where with streaming we're so used to the bingeability of stuff, right? So like people will it's rarefied air that you have weekly tune in TV, and especially nowadays because there's no water coolers that people are going to talk about it. But I am impressed by Succession has the best weekly conversations with other people that watch the show of any other show on TV right now. And that to
Okay.
me is half of what makes it so much fun.
All right. When people aren't in the office, but I get what
Not as much, but you get what I'm saying.
All right. So my final thought is going to be quick. The MLB should allow reviews for check swings because the way the Giants got knocked out of the playoffs was some bullshit. Clearly didn't go, but the first base umpire thought he did, so whatever.
Well, they're getting rid of umps in the next like 5 years, so you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, thank God, because I saw a bunch of balls that were strikes.
You should follow. I'll send this to you guys. There's a person who does statistical analysis of every single home plate umpire every single night, and
Mhm.
which like how good they were. There have been some very, 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 very bad umpires in this postseason. First of all, you don't, as a first base umpire, call that a strike to end a series under any circumstances. That's like a pass interference on the last play where it's kind of, I don't know. Let him
Yeah.
play, right? Let him play. It
Okay.
wasn't a strike, was it? Pitcher didn't beat him. Anyway,
And he didn't swing.
I know.
It wasn't even close though.
Hey, and you know what's funny? You know where Wilmer used to play?
The Mets.
The Mets.
Because he was one of the Mets that cried, right?
He is the Met that cried. Yeah, he thought he was getting traded mid-game, so he started crying.
Mm-hmm.
Best
And then
trade
you know-
the Mets ever made was with the Yankees for George Costanza.
Not wrong. Not wrong. All right, boys, I got to get back to work. I love you all.
All right.
Peace.
Washington
Dude.
sucks. If you didn't know, now you know, because I told you.
Oh, that's nuts. Should have said Dan Snyder or something.
No, it's leached over.
Is
Other
every-
people are getting the stank. on
He's
them.
infected
The
everyone.
longer you're here, the more you get the stank on you.
Oh God.
I'm hoping they can get out from under that stank.
Stank it later.
A piece of that phone.
Just let them like keep poking around with the emails and shit, and then the NFL owners will vote them out.
That's already buried.
Dan Snyder
Later.
leaked the emails.